Love that sound. So I had a little bit of a realization. Yeah, I would call it a realization. It wasn't like an epiphany. It was clarity. I had a bit of clarity, and I think where that comes is in the form of like vlogging, right? Like I've always had a little bit of a hesitation when it comes to vlogging, like what this is, and I couldn't really figure out why. And I think I've worked that out, right? So I'm driving, so I can't really look at you guys as much. Um, what it comes down to, at least for me, is that if you're vlogging, then usually that's the purpose of the published posts, right? That's the purpose of the channel, right? It's like a daily vlog, right? Like that's the overarching like series or the reason for it. And I think I've had an issue kind of coming to grips with like the purpose of it, right? Yeah, I get it. It's like it's a day-to-day day in the life of a person, and if you're interesting enough, then great. And at the end of the day, we're all pretty much as interesting as each other, right? So I don't think anybody, in the grand scheme, I don't think anyone stands out insanely where they would be vlogging and they have all these crazy daily things that they're doing. And at the same time, I don't think people are just sitting home on the couch and getting fat, right? So I think we all have our experiences and they're all relatable, and that's really the point of the channel. But my worry would be like, when does that get old for me? Is she? No, she's not. She's just being a bozo. When would me, the creator of that vlog, just get sick of it, right? Like after how many days would I just be like, what am I doing, right? So it's really like you have to have purpose, and I've realized this through my first career and then my second career, and where I am now, that the overlapping kind of narrative between them all is that you need to really find and justify your own purpose. And for me, I can't find that in vlogging for the sake of vlogging. I don't see much purpose behind that, and um, I wouldn't watch it, right? So it's like, why am I creating something that I myself wouldn't watch? Because at the end of the day, it's like I'd rather be spending my time doing something else more valuable for me than just watching someone's day to day life. And therefore, it's like they need to be providing me an additional value. And at the same time, that aligns with me, the creator, saying that I need to have additional value. I need to want to get up and create those videos for some sort of purpose that is propelling and excelling me forward. It's a pursuit for me to get to a different version of myself, which is something down the road, right? A more educated or more version of myself with a craft or an industry or knowledge base or self development, whatever that is. That has to be sort of like the main purpose. And therefore, it's like, oh, well, the vlogs actually serve like secondarily, right? Like they just happen to be there while you're pursuing the original purpose of the videos. And that's where I was like, okay, this is actually, as simple as that concept is, it's taken me a bit to really get that clarity, because you're always like looking for purpose. And I've actually seen a few vlogs recently where like their vlog is why they haven't vlogged in a few days, right? And like there's just something about that's just like ass backwards. It's like, I don't really need to see everything that you do every day. And at the same time, if you don't upload, I shouldn't know that, right? Like I should be busy enough in my own life where I'm not like, where is his upload, right? And if there are people out there that do that, totally fine. It's just I'm not that type of person. And then at the same time, I don't want to be, I guess, creating my channel for that type of person, right? The point is that you're finding your own pursuit, your own goal. So I don't feel like I should have the need to come on and explain as to why I have been missing for one day or 2 days or, a week. You got crazy, you went away or something. It just seems like it misses the mark completely on the purpose. So I saw those sort of vlogs and I'm like, not only is this vlog just silly to me because you're vlogging about why you're not vlogging, and it's just, an endless loop of like confusion, but it's also like, your purpose then is to just create things every day. And then therefore, I think like I start to devalue whatever the value is in that vlog, right? I look at it with a little bit more skepticism. I'm like, well, hold on. Their main purpose is to make sure that they post something every day, not the main purpose being that they're posting something that's of high value to them. Because everybody's going to have down days, right? Everyone's going to have great days. Everyone's going to have down days. And down days could be like it poured all day and I did nothing, right? Or I did, admin work and reports all day and it just wasn't there. But I'm obligated to upload something, and then therefore I'm providing that to the viewers. And again, there is the devil's advocate argument here, which is like, well, this also shows relatability, right? Like I want to watch that people do have these down days. I get that, but I don't want to have to post about that if I don't want to. But I have to, because that's the purpose of my channel, which is daily vlogs. All right, so that is my little, I guess, rant or explanation on my kind of updated mentality when it comes to vlogs. Now, like, don't get me wrong, I think vlogs are phenomenal, and I do believe we're kind of getting to a saturation point with vlogs in the world, right, in terms of YouTube. So, like, if you plan to do some form of a vlog, you really got to dive deep into that now, because it's going to saturate. And at that point, if you haven't kind of created your little bit of a following, then you're just going to be, spitting into the wind, right? So, you have to get into it and get into it now. And I also know that vlogging, just in terms of a sector of YouTube, is trending, right? So I'm sure SEO looks for that. I'm sure, putting in those words in the title and in the description and in your keywords, all of it will help you, because there's emphasis behind it. There's sort of like a trending demand for it. So, and at the same time, just vlogging in terms of the utility of it is also a great structured way to ensure that you're always doing something to progress your channel, right? You have like a daily homework or a daily requirement that you're coming in and requiring yourself to do in order to build the channel that you want to build. I fear, though, that if that is the purpose of the vlog and you do pursue that and you do get it done well and you do create a channel that has a following, you're backed into that corner now. Like, that is what you are. And sure, maybe you can pivot, but I don't know. And therefore, it's like, do I want to build the channel based off of something that is a route to potential success that may not be my core passion, in the hopes that one day maybe I can alter or pivot that channel? Or would I rather try to create the authentic channel that I want to build long term, that does align with my core values and what it is that I want to create? And therefore, I hopefully don't either need to pivot, or if I do pivot, it will be a little bit more aligned. The pivot will be more aligned with what my channel is and my audience, right? So you don't want to be pivoting hard away from like a daily vlog, and then all of a sudden, you drop in terms of all of your metrics just because you're now catering to a different crowd, and it's not the crowd that you built. Like, that isn't necessarily a transferable trait, which is the subs. So anyway, this all leads me down to the path of that, like, I really want to take my channel seriously over the winter, over the next X amount of time, call it, 100 days. And I don't think that I can sustain a daily vlog, for sure, long term, but I think it would be hard to do even for a short term. I think these little like 30-day challenges where, you're trying to post something daily are hard. And it's a lot of work and time, and it, increases the burnout rate and all of that. But I think it can produce results. I think you can sort of take a good leap in terms of your channel's progress and maturity and direction, all of that, right? Those are all good things. And if you do it for a short-term period of time, you can net good results without really chiseling away at you. And I'm kind of looking at like, okay, maybe the winter or like the next 100 days, let's call it, I try to do something like that. But I don't want to call it a daily vlog, because I'm not being honest with what it is, right? And I think it's just that I'm going to try to treat the next 100 days as a way for me to create the structure that I hope to achieve, but most likely won't long term, but is also somewhat realistic. Daily vlogs for 1, 2, 3 years, not possible. Daily vlogs for 6 months, in my opinion, not possible, at least for me. I just don't want it to be possible. But if for the next, say, 100 days, I try to post daily, and if I don't hit it, that's fine, because I'm not building a narrative around a daily vlog. I'm just basically posting a lot, then it's totally fine. And I'm not setting some sort of expectation for any sort of viewer where I have to then explain myself if I miss a day or two or three or a week, right? I'm just being able to do what I can with what I can and trying to kind of poke at the algorithms as best I can without taking it too seriously, and also trying to do what I can with my skill set and my tools at hand and my time. So that's all I got for today with this. I don't even know if I'm posting this. This is more of like, I'm just trying to get more comfortable with doing sort of daily stuff and understanding really what it is on a daily basis is of value, right? Like, I don't want to say, what am I doing today? I want it to be more along the lines of, this is something that is, of value to me. Clearly, I'm thinking about it. So I at least want to jot it down in a video, and then it may never see the light of day, or maybe it's something that I look back on and reflect in some time, and I can kind of see my perspective because I documented real time what it was, and that maybe brings me clarity down the road. Like, oh, I did think of this, but since then, this has happened, or I have gone down this path, and here's where I've changed, or the direction has changed, or maybe not. Maybe I look at it and go, wow, this is still the same. The fact that it's still the same between this video and now shows that, it is sort of a pillar, and that's something that maybe I should put some more emphasis and focus behind. Or maybe I do post it, and maybe it's just me being, a normal person with thoughts and relatability and vulnerability kind of thing, because I'm putting my perspectives out there. So that's it. That's all I got. I don't know if this sees the light of day. If it does, how you doing? My name is Brendan, and if you have any questions, hit me up, and look forward to hearing from you. All right. See you guys.